All right. Awesome, guys. I hope you're all doing really well. It's Miles here. I'm just going to wait about a minute, just in case a few other people join. In the meantime, if you have a block, or if you're lucky enough to have 2 blocks, grab them, place them somewhere easy on your mat. If you don't have blocks, that's cool. Or if you have like a big book, like one of those Oxford dictionaries or anything chunky about this size, you just need one. Just place it somewhere by the mat, and then once you're ready, find yourself in a comfortable seated position. So however that may look, just elevate the hips though. So come to a cross-legged position, maybe on a block, or just come to kneeling. Just find a place that you can settle into. So either bring the hands on the back of the knees with index and thumb together, or just bring the hands into lap with the palms on top and your thumbs joining. And just closing down your eyes. So arriving into your body and creating an internal gaze into the self. Allowing your breath to settle. Allowing the body to begin to be still. And in turn, allowing the mind to settle down. Not trying to change or do anything about where you are, but rather let yourself be. Excuse me. Just how is the mind? Where are the thoughts? How is the energy of the body? Rather than trying to force any thoughts out or trying to change anything, rather let them just be there in the background of the mind and settle. The more we try to do things and push things away, the more the mind gets stirred up, as if trying to flatten out water. The water will just ripple, so rather just let it settle down in its own way. We've kind of come into this society where we're always wanting things to change. We're always on the hunt for that next step. Always working away from the present. And especially in a time like this, it's filled with uncertainty, and we probably all kind of want this to pass and be over, to get back to lives. So what my invitation for you tonight is, rather than think about something that's not there or that hasn't even happened yet, or the past that's already gone, rather just be with exactly where you are and not having any attachment to it. No identification, no rejection, just pure experience. And it's really one of the hardest things to do, but it's a key thing that will really allow us to find space and truth within our lives. It's definitely a practice that's helped me on my journey. It's where my favorite mantra comes from, the Ishvara Pranidhana, I surrender to God. Through that, it's the surrender to the self and the breath. The surrender to what is in this practice. So as you move through this evening's practice, what happens when you completely let go? When you use each pose as a space of meditation and contemplation to really be with the self. Because the journey of yoga is to unite and unify the mind, the body, and the spirit. To discipline and train the mind to be in complete bliss and stillness. So just joining the hands at the heart center in a prayer position. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice, an offering of your love, your time, your energy, and your dedication. Praying for someone you love, praying to a friend, family, loved one, praying to a higher energy or being, God, wherever you feel it needs to go. Bring the hands to the third eye and gently bow the head down into the mat. Lift the head. Slowly open your eyes and come in to a downward facing dog. So I'm going to do a bit of this flow with you. Just try and direct you guys the best way I possibly can. But just begin to invite a little movement into the body here. Maybe this is your first practice of the day, maybe it's your second, maybe it's your fifth. Just really spread the fingers wide. Really ground down through the palms, press the ground away, wrap the shoulders down, let the head hang and let the gaze travel up towards the belly button. Draw the navel in, bend the knees here as much as you need. So rather than being here, try and bend the knees and lengthen up through the spine. The heels don't have to touch the ground. Eventually one day they will, but if they don't even worry about it. Just find length through the spine. That's what we're unknowingly working towards. And any movement, so pedaling out through the feet. Maybe a few little spinal rolls or into the wrists. Just whatever feels intuitive and natural here. Begin to walk your feet forward step by step, one by one, acknowledging each step as you come forward to the top of the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Take hold of opposite elbows or just let the arms hang. Slowly ripple up through your spine. Let the head be the last thing to rise as you come to standing. And hopefully you can see me. Bring your feet together so that the toes and heels are touching in line. And join your hands at the heart center in a prayer position and close down your eyes. So create an internal gaze up into your third eye center. Stick your tongue into the roof of the mouth. Begin to breathe into your Ujjayi breath. So an active inhale and exhale through your nose. Create a restriction on the back of the throat, breathing heat into the body. Squeeze your inner thighs and your legs together, engage the glutes, and lift up through the pelvic floor muscles, engaging into your Mula Bandha. Draw the navel to spine, up and in towards the ribs, and engage in Uddiyana Bandha, your abdominal lock. And I'm here to guide you through this practice, but practice for where your body is today. So challenge yourself as much as you would like to, play as much as you would like to, but also modify and rest as much as you would like and need to. Remember that this is just a practice, so just have fun with it. See where it takes you. There's no end goal. On the inhale, reach the arms high above the head. Woo. Open up the heart, palms together, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, lead with your breath. Fold down over the legs. Press the palms down. Bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands. Exhale, step back into your high plank. Press the ground away. Wrap the shoulders back. Engage through the core. Lean the weight forward. Come down onto the knees first. Squeeze the elbows into the side body. Come down halfway. So you're in a supported chaturanga. Lower the body down onto the mat. Press your hips down. Inhale, gaze looks up. Baby Bhujangasana, baby cobra. Keep the elbows bent. Press through the heels. Exhale, buttocks back. Press through the hands, not the heels. Sorry. Tuck your toes under. Lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Any movement through you need in downward dog for these first few rounds of surya namaskar, please feel free to take, or maybe you just need stillness too. Really try to be in the posture. 3, looking for the subtleties that you can move into and open up into. 4 and 5. Good. On your exhale, bend your knees and look forward. Inhale, right foot forward, left foot forward, gaze lifts. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, press the palms down, active through the arms and the legs. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, reach the arms high, open up the heart, gaze up. Exhale, lead with the breath, fold down over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, exhale, step back into your high plank. Press the ground away. So using the knees as we've just done, or lower down through your chaturanga if you feel ready. Baby cobra, come onto the top of the feet. Lift your knees and thighs off the ground. Come through upward facing dog. Chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in for 1. Squeeze through your legs. Pull the thighs back. For 2. 3. 4. And 5. Good. At the end of your exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, right foot forward, left foot forward, gaze lifts. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms high, gaze up. Exhale, fold down over the legs, lead with your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Your choice here. Exhale, plant the hands, step or lightly jump back into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, gaze up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, hold it here for 1. Breathing for 2. 3. 4. And 5. And the end of your exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, float or step forward. Gaze lifts halfway, same breath. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms high. Gaze up, palms together. Look up towards your thumbs. Exhale, lead with the breath. Fold straight back down over the legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, step or lightly jump back through your chaturanga, your way. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog, gaze up. Exhale, Ardha Mukha, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or float forward, gaze lifts. Exhale, forward fold. This time on your inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips low and rise up through Chair Utkatasana. So your arms can be shoulder distance apart, fingers stretch wide or palms together and gaze to the thumbs. Roll your shoulders forward. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Jump or step back, chaturanga your way, take it back. Inhale, come through upward facing dog, gazes up, pull the chest through. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, step your right foot forward between the hands, left knee drops down to the mat, untuck the toes, sweep your arms up into Anjaneyasana, low lunge, look up. Exhale, plant the hands, frame your foot, tuck the toes, lift the knee, step back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, upward facing, inhale, downward facing, exhale. Left foot forward, right knee down, untuck the toes, sweep your arms up high, Anjaneyasana, open up the chest, lift out the low back. Exhale, plant the hands, frame the foot, lift the knee, step back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Good, breathe in for 1. 2. 3. 4. 5, bend your knees, look forward, inhale, float or step, gaze lifts, exhale, fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips low, rise up through chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump or step back, Chaturanga. Upward facing inhale. Downward facing exhale. Inhale, right foot forward, left knee down, untuck the toes, reach up into Anjaneyasana. Exhale, release the hands down, come onto the fingertips. Tuck the toes, lift the back leg up, press through the heels, straighten your front leg into an extended pyramid. Then inhale, come forward, press the palms down, step back, high plank, Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing, exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, untuck the toes, sweep the arms up. Exhale, release the hands down, straighten your front leg, lift the back knee up. Inhale, come forward, press the palms down, step back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Good breathing, long and deep for 1. Can you find a little bit more space to open up into? Can you let go a little bit more? 2. Even if it's just a millimeter more, can you lift the hips up? 3. 4. 5, good. Bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or float forward, gaze lifts. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, sink your hips low, reach the arms up high, gaze up. Exhale, lead with the breath, fold down over the legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, take it back through your Chaturanga, step or jump back. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Coming into Warrior 1, inhale, step your right foot forward between the hands, left heel drops down to the mat. Reach your arms up, gaze is up, palms together, look to your thumbs, square off through the hips. Exhale, plant your hands, frame your foot, step back to your high plank, Chaturanga. Upward facing inhale, downward facing exhale. Inhale, Warrior 1, left side. Keep breathing all the way up to the top, no retention in the breath. Exhale, same breath, all the way down, Chaturanga. Upward facing inhale, downward facing exhale. Good, breathe in for 1. Slow the breath down, 2. Can you stay with that even inhalation and exhalation? 3. 4. And 5. Good. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, float or step forward. Gaze lifts on that same breath. Exhale, fall down over your legs, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, sink your hips low, rise up through chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, fall down over the legs, Uttanasana. 1 more round, Surya B. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump or step back, Chaturanga, your way. Inhale, chest through, upward facing dog, really open up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Step the right foot forward, left heel drops down, reach your arms up. Exhale, plant the hands, frame your foot, step back, your vinyasa, maybe 3-legged this time through your Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left foot forward, Warrior 1, left side. Exhale, plant the hands, frame the foot, step back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Look forward between your hands. Inhale, step or jump forward. Gaze lifts. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips low, rise up through Utkatasana. Hold it here. Sink the hips a little bit low, squeeze through your inner thighs for 1. Keep lifting up through the spine. Roll the shoulders forward, draw the chest in, 2. And 3, keep your legs, interlace the fingers, press your palms up, gazes up. Exhale, come down into Ardha Utkatasana. So parallel the thighs to the mat, stomachs on the thighs, reach the arms forward, 1. Keep long through the spine, good. 2, sink the hips a little bit lower if you can. And 3, come down into Malasana, yogic squat, shuffle the feet wide. Keep pressing the palms up, gazes up here. Keep lifting up through the pelvic floor, through the center line of the body. 2 and 3. Exhale, bring your hands down, fingers spread wide. We're going to come into crow. If you know where you're going and you have a play in transitions, of course, please feel free, go ahead. If it's something that's new, don't stress about it. We're going to work through it. So your fingers are going to come wide. Press the palms down. Wrap the elbows back. Gazes forward, just about to the top of the mat. Imagine there's a little circle here. Come onto the toes. Lean the weight forward. Bring your knees just above the elbows. So you're working to that joint stacking. Knee, elbow, wrist. Lean, 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 lean. Make the feet as light as possible. You can stay here. Maybe lift one leg. Drop it down, lift the other leg. Maybe lift both feet up. 2. Hold it. And 3. Jump or step back to your chaturanga. Find a little bit of lightness. Inhale, upward facing. Gazes up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your inhale, step your right foot forward. Rise up into warrior 1. Left heel drops down. So hold it here. Interlace the fingers and press the palms up towards the ceiling. Gazes up for 1. Draw the hips back through center. 2 and 3. Exhale, bring it wide into your warrior 2. Hold it here. Spine is nice and straight. Gazes forward over the middle finger. 1. Relax the shoulders down the spine. 2 and 3. Press through your front heel. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, step the back foot in, shorten your stance. Reach forward. Bring the hand down inside. Inhale, reach your left arm up. So your hand can be here. It can be here. Try not to be collapsing down. Rather lengthen the chest forward and the crown of the head forward for 1. Keep peeling the chest open, gazing up. 2 and 3. Hold it here. Exhale, look down. Bend into your knee. Bring your right hand outside. Maybe use a brick or a book, even a water bottle. Lean the weight forward. Come up into your half moon. So press through that left heel. Gazing up to the top hand. Lift up through the right hip for 1. Maybe find your balance and begin to lift the right hand towards the chest for 2. Gaze to the side wall. And 3. Exhale, come down to standing splits. Left hand comes down. Work the left leg up. Hold it for a breath. Then left foot steps halfway down the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. So you're in a short warrior 1 stance here. Bring your left hand outside of the right foot. It can be on a brick. It can be on that bottle. It can be hand on the shin. Or you can bring your hand all the way down. Press down through the left hand. Bring your right hand to the lower back. Reach your chest forward. Really contract through your lower abdomen here. Then inhale, reach the right arm up. Taking your Parivrita Trikonasana. Keep twisting deep for 1. Find your balance. Strong gaze point, your drishti. For 2. Good. And 3. Exhale, bring your right hand down. Frame your front foot. Step your left foot all the way back. So come to a long warrior 2 stance here. Option 1, you're going to bring your right forearm on top of the thigh. Have it active. Don't just let it hang out. Keep it active in the hand. Sweep your left arm up and overhead, coming to your side angle. If you have the reach and flexibility and you can keep your hand down, you can be here. Have your hand on the outside of the leg. Squeeze through your hips wherever you are to open up, peel the chest open, find extension through the arm. Keep pressing back through that back foot. Good. Just for 1 and 2 and 3. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Drop the knee down, untuck the toes. Sweep your arms up into Anjaneasana, low lunge. Gazing up, keep pressing through that big toe, keep lifting up out of low back, squeeze through the glutes. 2. Good, keep breathing. And 3. Inhale, breath's going to pull you up. Exhale, the hands come to the heart center. Bring your right hand to the right hip. I'm just going to adjust so you can see here. Reach the left arm up. Cross it over your right knee. So inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, twist. So really create space in the belly. Match the hands at heart center in a prayer position. Press the palms against each other. Gaze over your right shoulder. You can be here with the knee down or tuck the toes. Lift the knee. Press your heel back into an imaginary wall. For 1, 2, and 3. Exhale, look down. Release the hands, frame your front foot. Step back to a high plank. Lower down chaturanga your way. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, coming on to the left side. Inhale, step the left foot forward, right heel drops down. Rise up into warrior 1. Interlace the fingers, press your palms up towards the ceiling, gaze up. Hold it here. So really think about lengthening over the right thigh, the hip, up the abdominals, all the way up. 2 and 3. Bring a wide warrior 2. Exhale. So adjust your stance out. Sink the hips down, but keep slight tuck of the tailbone. 2, 3. Press through the heel. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Step your back foot in. Exhale. Inhale, reach forward. Hand comes down. Exhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Gaze comes up. Find your Trikonasana for 1. Stay breathing. 2. And 3. Exhale, look down. Bend into your left knee. Bring your left hand forward again. Use a brick or something as you need. Lift the back leg up. Come forward into your half moon. So really strong through your bum and the outer hip and the quads here. Press that heel back. Roll the chest open to gaze up. 2, staying with your breath. 3, exhale, standing splits. Hand comes down, forehead to the shin. Just hold it here for breath. And then slip the right foot halfway down the mat. So come to that short warrior 1 stance. Square off through the hips, lift through the inner arches of the feet. Reach your chest forward. Bring the right hand outside, whether that's to a fingertips, the shin, a brick, palm flat. Left hand to the lower back. Reach your chest forward. Try to flatten the lower back. Then inhale, reach your left arm up. Take your Parivrita Trikonasana, revolve triangle. Good for 1. Stay with your breath. Good. 2. Keep it nice and even and slow. 3. Exhale, look down. Frame your front foot. Step your right foot all the way back. Just your stance lengthen. Bend into the knee. Again, you can use a brick here. You can have the forearm on the thigh. Reach your right arm forward. Keep lifting up through your inner right thigh. Pressing that heel back. Find extension all the way from the foot over the hips, ribs, shoulder, all the way up to the fingers. 2. 3. Exhale, look down. Right hand comes down, frame the foot. Drop the knee down, untuck the toes. Come into your Anjaneyasana. Low lunge, gazes up. Good for 1. Stay with your breath. And for 2. And 3. Good. Inhale, breath pulls you up. Exhale, release the hands to the heart center in prayer. Left hand to the left hip. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, create the space. Cross it over. Press the elbow against the knee, knee against the elbow. Use that to stabilize. Match the hands again. Stay with the knee down. We'll tuck the toes, lift the knee. Keep gazing up over your left shoulder. For 1. Keep pressing back through the back heel. Lift the knee, engage the quad. 2. Good, stay with it. And 3, exhale, look down, frame your front foot. Step back to your high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, gaze up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, staying here with your breath. You're breathing long and deep into the body. Just sink back into your breath for a bit. If you need to take a child's pose, take a child's pose. Just for 3, 2, and 1. If you're not already there, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, come into your downward facing dog. And so ripple forward, come into a high plank position. Bring your right hand to the center of the mat, roll into the outer edge of the feet. So options here, you can drop the knee or drop the forearm if you need to, and reach your left arm up and overhead. So not up towards the ceiling, overhead, lift up from the hips. If you're in full plank, you're going to bring your left knee on top of the thigh, ground down through your right foot. Lift up, banana through the hips and the side body. Reach the left arm up and overhead. Gazes up through the armpit for 1. Keep lifting out of the shoulder, pressing the ground away. 2. And 3. Keep the leg, exhale, look down. Come back to your high plank. You can take the challenge and keep the leg here. If you need to release it, that's fine as well. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, gaze up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lower the left foot down. Come into the other side, come forward, high plank. Left hand comes center. Just going to turn around to mirror you. Roll onto the outer edge of the foot. Take your variation. Bring the right foot up if you're with me. Squeeze from the hips. Reach the right arm up and overhead. For 1. For 2. And 3. Exhale, lower down. Chaturanga. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Good. Stay with it. Keep with your breath. Then from here, look between the hands. Step or jump the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Bend your knees, sink your hips, rise up through Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. Step your left foot out to the side. Bring your hands to the hips. Both toes face the long edge of the mat. Inhale, open up the chest, look up, take a gentle back bend. Exhale, fold down. Bend your knees on the way down, flex the hips, release the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold down between the legs. So, if this is something you struggle with and you're here, come up into the fingertips and rather use this lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the back of the legs. Rather than trying to be here, rounding, find length which is actually going to get you down quicker than trying to be here. Just holding for another breath. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands to the hips. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms out wide. Bring the hands behind, exhale. Interlace the fingers, pull the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, bend the knees, flex the hips on the way down. Take the arms over. Then press through your heels. Inhale, straighten your legs. Keep pulling the thighs up towards the hips. Squeeze through the core, hollow out the belly and draw yourself down through Uddiyana Bandha for 2. And stay with it. And 3. Inhale, come up halfway. Reach the arms out to the side. Hold it here. So airplane the arms. Keep squeezing your inner thighs together. Keep reaching the chest forward. 1. Long through the back. 2. And 3. Bend the knees. Bring the big toes around the big middle finger and index finger and thumb. Wrap around your big toe. Pull the shoulders back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Straighten through the back of the legs. Shoulders come down, elbows draw out to the side. Press Harita D. For 1. And for 2. And 3. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the hands, or maybe you take a hold of the, keep a hold of the toes. You're going to use the hands as you need. Bend down into your right leg. Come down into a Skandasana. Press your left heel down. If you need to have the heel lifted, have the heel lifted. Reach your right arm out to the side. Inhale, left arm comes up. So you can be here. Or if you have a bind, you're more than welcome to take the bind. 1, 2, and 3. Exhale, look down. Maybe use the hands, maybe you don't. Come through center, come over to the left. Press down through that right heel, keep lifting up. Inhale, expand, open the arms. Again, take the bind if you want to for 1. And for 2. And 3. Exhale, look down, come back through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands to the hips, press through the heels. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, come back to Samastitihi, legs together, arms alongside the body. Inhale, reach up through Utkatasana. Exhale, fall down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump or step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, come forward to a high plank. Lower down, come onto the belly. Squeeze your legs together. Bring your arms alongside the body. Press the palms down into the mat. So the palms, not the top of the hands. I always see people put the top of the hands down, but you want the palms, which is this part. Keep pressing down. Squeeze your legs together. Press the hips down. Inhale, lift the legs, lift the chest. Hold it for 1. And for 2. And 3. Keep your legs lifted. Bring your hands behind the head. Lift the chest up just that little bit more for 1. 2. 3. Keep the legs lifted. You got this. Bring the hands behind. Interlace the fingers. Pull the shoulders back. For 1. Lift up just that little bit more. 2. And 3. Exhale. Shake the hips out. Shake the legs. Shake the body. Just release any tension. Just hang out for a moment. Ooh. Then when you're ready, draw the heels up and towards the bum. Flex the toes away from you so the sole of the foot's facing up towards the ceiling. Take a hold of the outer edges of the ankles. Press your shin bones back into the hands. So much so that the chest begins to lift off the ground. Pull the hands against the ankles to counteract. Then press the hips down, lift the chest, lift the legs. Hold it for 1. Keep pulling yourself back. 2, and 3. Exhale, release down. Shake the hips out, release the body, flutter the lips if you need to. Just let go. And bring the hands in line with the chest. Tuck your toes under, press the heels back so the knees lift. Squeeze the elbows into the side body. Inhale, lift up into a high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just stay with your breath. Being here. And then look forward between your hands. So you're going to either, option 1, step 1 knee forward, other knee is going to come forward. Nice and simple, nice and easy. Option 2, you're going to make the feet as light as possible. Slide the feet forward. Option 3, if you have a heap of energy left and want to play, you're going to take a little float time. Don't worry, you're not going to face plant. All you're going to do is you're going to jump, maybe hover, lower yourself down. It's not so bad, I promise you. Just give it a try. Even if you fall, it's not that bad. And that's how we learn. I'll tell you what, the amount of times I've face planted into the ground doing that stuff. But you always protect yourself some way. It's amazing how you react. So come up onto the knees. We're going to move into camel. So bring your hands to the lower back so the fingertips face up. Draw the shoulder blades back. Press your hips forward. Lift the chest up. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs. Let the head relax. Notice I'm not just coming back, but rather I'm trying to lift my chest up towards the ceiling, lifting up and out of the lower back. For 1, keep really strong through the legs and the glutes here. For 2, and 3, good. Inhale, breath pulls you up. Exhale. So if you feel good there and you feel comfortable, that's awesome. You don't have to go on to the next bit, it's optional. We're going to come into full camel. So if you don't have the reach, you can do a little cheat thing here. You're going to tuck the toes under and lift the heels. You're going to bring the hands back to the ankles and press your hips forward, lift up and out. Or you come down to the full variation where you clasp the heels, draw the shoulder blades together, keep lifting up and out. So find somewhere that works for you. You can start off higher, work yourself down, just for 1. For 2. And 3. Good. Slowly, slowly come back up. And just take an easy child's pose. Just let the head hang. Reset the back. Just for 1. 2 and 3. Slowly peel yourself back up. It's going to give you 2 options to come out of this. Option 1, lift up, easy, step the right foot back, left foot back, lower down, chaturanga, you take your vinyasa. Option 2, you're going to squeeze the hell out of your legs together. You're going to press down, draw the knees into the chest, make the feet as light as possible, and slowly step back. Maybe you take a little jump with it. Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog. Have a little play, meeting downward dog. Then once you're there, look between the hands. You're going to bend the knees, come through to a seated position. Extend the legs forward, flex the toes towards you. Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold it forward, take a hold of the toes. Bend the knees as much as you need to. I'd rather you be here lifting out of the lower back than be here. This is going to create length through your spine for you to get down. This is not really going to do so much. Or it might do, but it's not where we're trying to go today. So folding down, keep reaching the heart and the chest forward. Always find more length rather than depth. We're never sacrificing the spine just to get into a posture. So think about how you can grow, expand and lengthen rather than just thinking about how deep you can go. There's always this fascination to get to the toes. I promise you, nothing magnificent happens once you get there. Then inhale, gaze looks up. Exhale, fold a little bit forward. Maybe you take a hold of the outer edge of the feet. Maybe you take a few bricks. Maybe you just lower the knees down a millimeter more. Just for 5. For 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the hands back. So bring the fingertips to face forward. Point the toes away from you. Wrap your elbows and your triceps back. Squeeze your legs together. Lift up through the hips and the hamstrings. Come all the way up to reverse plank. Let the toes come down to the ground. Relax the head back. If you have pressure in the lower back, bend the knees. Come to reverse tabletop of 1. Keep lifting up. 2. And 3. Lower your bum down onto the ground. Lift up into Navasana. So you can be here. You can be here. You can be here. You can be there. Whatever works for 5. Keep squeezing through your core. Keep lifting the chest up. 3. Stay with it. 2. Just a little bit of core. It's not that bad. You've got this. 1. Slowly come down to Ardha Navasana. So keep your chest lifted and your legs lifted. Press your lower back and down into the ground. You shouldn't be able to get your hand through there. If you can, lift up the legs a little bit more to press down. Reach the arms forward or up and overhead. You've already been here for a breath. 2. Keep holding it. 3. Just stay with it. 4. 5. Good. Inhale, lift back up into Navasana. Hold it here just for 3. Come on, you've got this. I know you do. For 2. And 1. Release the knees wide. Bring the feet down. Coming into Baddha Konasana. So, take a hold of the inner edges of the feet. Peel the feet open like a book. Press the elbows in towards the shins. Lift up through the spine. Just hold it here for 1. 2. Keep pressing them out. Keep lifting up. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, grow. And then exhale, fold forward. Draw the crown of the head down. You can be here. Sometimes I find it nice just to reach the arms forward. I'm still being active though. I'm not just hanging out. I'm trying to walk the fingertips far forward as much as I can. Or you can just be here, just for 2. Stay with your breath. 3. 4. And 5. Slowly begin to unravel. And then come down, exhale to lying on your back. Reach your arms forward and slowly ripple down through each vertebrae. Draw your heels up to the bum. Have the arms alongside the body so that your fingertips scrape the backs of the heels. Press your tailbone and lower back down. Press your lower back down. Lengthen your tailbone away from you. Imagine you're trying to squeeze the inner thighs together. You're active through the hamstrings and the inner quads. And then inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Take a low bridge. Again, finding that length rather than depth. For 1. For 2. 3. 4. And 5. Exhale, release. So if you feel comfortable here, stay here in low bridge. If you want to wrap the shoulders underneath, you can as well. If you feel ready to go into full Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel, you're more than welcome to. So bring the arms up and overhead with the fingertips facing forward and your elbows draw towards the center line of the body. Set up your foundation for wherever you're going into. Press down and inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Hold it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, slowly come down. Shake the knees out from side to side as you need. Release into the lower back and the hips. And just taking one more back bend of your choice. So maybe that's exactly what we've been doing. Maybe it's something a little bit deeper. Whatever it is, set up your foundation. Press down. Inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly release down. Come down onto your lower back. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze and a hug. Gently rock and roll up along the spine, back and forth, side to side, and eventually you're going to make your way up into a seated position. Extend the feet forward, but point the toes away from you. And then just begin to fold down over the legs. Bring the forearms down into the mat. Let the head relax down. Just folding forward. So even though it's a bit more relaxed, Paschimottanasana in the arms, try and keep really active in the legs and the core to draw you down. Just for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Slowly begin to unravel, stacking the vertebrae, and just come down to line onto your back. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, and we're just going to finish with a twist. So bring your arms wide. You can keep the legs together, or you can extend the left leg, take a hold of the right knee with the left hand. Just come to an easy twist. Keep your gaze neutral, or to deepen, begin to look over to your right shoulder. Just slow everything down. Body begin to relax. Slowly come back up through center. Realign the spine and the hips and change sides. So taking whatever twist you did over, gazing over your left shoulder. Come back through center. Give yourself one last big squeeze. Any final movements you need before extending your legs out to the edges of the mat. Bring your arms alongside the body. Let your eyes close. Just let everything begin to be heavy and relax. Get anything you need for Shavasana. And just take a few moments to settle down. And take a big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Take a big inhale. Take one more big inhale. Stick out the tongue, lion's breath. And completely surrender into your Shavasana. Let the body go, let the breath go. And just find complete bliss and relaxation. Just inviting gentle awareness back into your body. Slight movement into your fingertips and your toes, your ankles, your wrists. Beginning to deepen the breath. When you're ready, reach the arms up and overhead. Give yourself a nice big stretch out. And one by one, drawing the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze and a gentle hug and massage on your spine. Gently rolling onto your right hand side, cushioning your head with your arms. Keeping your eyes closed, making your way into a comfortable seated position. hands at the heart center in prayer. Just taking that moment to honor yourself, to honor your practice, honoring this life and this breath, this body, and giving love and gratitude back into this world. And Jai, Namaste. Amazing, guys. Thank you so much for joining in with me. It was such an honor and a pleasure to teach you all. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Stay healthy, keep well, look after yourself and those around you. If you want to find me on Instagram, the link is in the chat, so give me a follow. Yeah, and thank you so much. Jai.